Hey, I'm Oxnard, the man with the plan.
I'm Boss,
The
man who used to have the plan.
I'm Dexter, the man who sold the world. David Bowie, you shake your head.
Disapproving.
You're just jealous. What's your... I already forgot yours,
Name
boss.
3 David Bowie songs.
Yeah.
You name 3.
I can't. I don't think I've ever listened intentionally to David Bowie.
Really? You don't like David Bowie?
I don't know if I would like him or not. I know of him, but I never really sat down with one of his.
To me,
Yeah, like the obvious ones, but
or
you
like
know.
Ziggy Stardust.
I heard the name. Don't even know if I've heard songs from it.
Well, you definitely have.
Yeah, I probably have, but I need to seek it out and really commit to it. I'm sorry, my mic is again doing this.
Again, it's always a problem with his microphone. He makes fun of David Bowie, speaks ill of the dead, and then his microphone flops out.
No, you know when you in high school
I'm talking about his penis. Yes.
When you got an album, wouldn't you purposely sit there and listen to the whole thing in one go?
Nope.
No?
I never really listened to
I used
music.
to do that with Radiohead in high school.
Never listen to music?
I would draw and just listen to the full album. It was awesome.
Usually, sometimes what would happen is it would depend. I'd be sucked in by one particular song,
And you keep having to
listen
replay
to
it?
that song many times,
And something- it's one
and then
part.
expand to other songs,
Right.
and then eventually I'm listening to the entire album from start to finish on
Yeah.
repeat.
It's hard to
usually
do
what would
today.
happen.
It's hard to do
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, it is hard to do today.
Right, boss?
He doesn't listen to
Hey,
music.
here's a question. What was the first album you ever bought?
Oh, I can tell you that.
Album. You need a CD?
Yeah, CD.
Yeah,
a
it was
cassette-
Green Day,
a cassette,
Dookie.
a vinyl.
Green
you
Day
went out to the
Dookie.
store, spent your own money. Boom, I want this.
Probably an Oasis CD.
Oasis, really?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like music boss
I think
would
I
like.
might have bought
He
one
loves
or two
Wonderwall.
CDs ever when I was
he loves
when
Liam
I was
Gallagher.
a senior in high school. And I was like,
Senior in high school?
and I was like, I don't get it. Why do people buy music? It doesn't make any sense. And I stopped.
Then he created Napster.
Then he created Napster. I think my first CD I ever bought was, I think in '93.
It's called the radio.
It was Two Unlimited. Remember?
Jock Jams?
No, the group was called Two Unlimited.
Oh, okay.
But all their songs were like that. And so in 3rd grade, I was really into it. And then there was this other kid.
Y'all ready for this? Oxnard is buying his first CD. Oh, yeah, here is the money.
Yeah. And then they had the Twilight Zone. That was a good one.
It might not have been senior in high school. It might have been 8th
Yeah, that's a
grade.
late
I
start to
can't-
buying
I can't
music.
tell.
I was in the...
I know it was an
in the
ending of a
4th
school,
grade.
so maybe it was 8th grade.
Okay, what was the first song you ever downloaded on Napster?
Oh.
It doesn't have to be the very first. But
I
which
have
one you remember?
absolutely no idea. I have no idea.
Napster was awesome.
Oh, it was unbelievable. And it's what's funny is that I do remember downloading a lot of Metallica, and they were the big fighters
Yeah.
against it. I think the first song was Scatman. I'm not joking around. Or maybe I'm blue, dabba dee dabba.
Holy shit,
Remember those?
really?
Yeah.
What about Barbie
Oh, I
World?
don't have these
I'm a
memories.
Barbie girl.
No, I had the cassette of
in
that.
a Barbie world.
That was Aqua.
Cassette. Yeah,
The group was
Aqua,
called
yes.
Aqua. Yeah, Dr. Jones, call me baby, Dr.
Ace
Jones.
of Base was very popular during that time too.
Yeah.
I think for me it was Green. I think Green Day's Dookie was one of the first. The Blue Album, Weezer's Blue Album. Oh, the Presidency of the United States of America.
Oh, who did George of the Jungle?
What?
Millions of
Yeah.
peaches.
Yeah, Peaches for me. Millions of.
Look that up. Look up
Awful.
George of the Jungle theme by Presidents of the United States.
Really?
Yeah, I remember the movie came out with Brendan Fraser, and they had a music video.
I thought that Phil Collins did the
George,
music. He
Jungle,
won a fucking Academy
Jungle,
Award for
you
that
and
shit.
George of
didn't
the
he?
Jungle? George of the Jungle.
No, George of the Jungle. What am I? I'm thinking of Tarzan. Disney's Tarzan.
No. George of the Brendan Fraser vehicle.
Oh, okay.
With John Cleese as a farting gorilla. I saw that movie twice.
In
Not,
theaters?
Not in theaters, just in my life.
Your dad made you go see it in IMAX twice.
Oxnard, I love the Brend.
Prison, yeah, exactly. It's a form of torture.
Brend Bros in this movie.
Oh, you know what the other one was? Offspring's Bad Habit was a very popular album. This is 4th and 5th grade, so 94, 93. or the years 93 to 95, like in there. And Bad Habit was a popular one because it had cursing in it. Because the one song...
Oh, there was one song.
All of a sudden the guy goes, you stupid, dumb shit, goddamn motherfucker!
Okay.
And everybody was like, whoa, yeah, we're so cool for listening. But I loved Green Day's Dookie. That was my favorite one.
All right.
My favorite album.
Yeah, I remember one song on Two Unlimited back in the day, and it scared me. The song is The Workaholic, and right at the beginning of the song, someone just goes, "Who the fuck are you?" It's like some clip from a movie. And
What
it goes,
album was this?
The Two Unlimited. It's just techno music.
Two Unlimited.
Shitty techno music.
Oh, yeah.
You would hear at, like,
Who the
basketball
fuck
games.
The guy's dad burst into the recording room.
No, but I was listening to my headphones, and I heard it, and I was scared. Because I was like, did anyone else hear that? Because I was probably in the car, and my mom was driving or something.
When you were going to get in trouble?
Oxnard, what are you listening to?
Oh, this is so much cursing! Oh, no! He can never hear a curse because he's a baby! That's
This
my
was the
mom.
other day.
That's my dad.
Oh, man. 8th grade is when you bought your first album. Boss, what's your favorite album? What's your favorite song?
Favorite
You don't
song?
listen to music? You act like we're crazy. You're
Yeah.
not. Are you a human being?
Do you like some music?
Yeah, I guess so. I listen to classical a lot.
Yeah, so what's your
That's
favorite
fine.
I don't
classical?
know the
Favorite
names.
composer.
I don't know the names of the songs or who made them.
How
How
does it go?
Like I said, I don't know the names of
No,
the
how
songs.
does it
How
go?
does it go?
The
What's the
melody.
melody?
Oh, I don't know.
Da-da-da,
If you played something, I would say, "Oh, I like that." Or I remember that. I like it. Yeah.
Rossini?
William Tell Overture?
No.
Okay.
Oh, you don't like that one. He doesn't like Rossini.
Okay,
Mozart? You like Mozart?
No, I don't like opera.
That's not an opera.
Well, you're
Carl-
singing.
Carl Orff.
That means it's
Okay.
Cacciatorian?
Right.
Any Beethoven? You must know Beethoven.
I think I like Beethoven.
You think you like Beethoven.
Mm-hmm.
What about Bach? Oh
yeah.
Toccata
and fugue.
I forget the
Tchaikovsky?
name.
Can you name one
Tchaikovsky.
song?
I
What do
forget
you
the
like?
names of the composers. I usually hear them say the names of.
I know
but,
Mussorgsky, Night on
It's
Bald
usually
Mountain.
not the mainstream ones like that. I like that, but I'm not gonna just listen to it. Fun.
That's a guy who drank himself to death.
At least Earthworm Jim. Any cartoon you can think of, there's
Kill
amazing
the
classical music.
rabbit.
Yeah, kill the rabbit.
Yeah, obviously I know that.
Wagner.
Wagner.
Fuck him anyway.
Hitler's favorite composer.
Anti-Semite.
Hey, love the art, hate the artist, man.
I don't know about that. Sometimes you can't separate it.
Well, what? No, you have to. Love
No,
the
I
art.
don't.
Yeah, like Mel Gibson. He makes good movies, but the guy seems like a jerk off.
What's funny about he is a jerk off. What's funny about Mel Gibson is I don't like anything new that he does, but I love old stuff.
Right.
No,
Better-
I don't agree with that. I don't think you have to love the art and hate the art. I don't think you can always separate them. It depends on your personal grievances.
Better Call Saul.
The episode was called Quite a Ride. In the flash forward, Saul frantically collects cash and paperwork from his office before contacting his disappearer
That was the best scene.
for a new identity. Yeah, that was cool. Now,
It was
it's still
amazing.
flash forward, but it's not the Gene stuff. It's right before the Gene stuff,
Who's
which is
Gene?
interesting. When he becomes Gene, when he works in the cinema.
Oh,
He's Gene.
who's
I'm
Saul?
Francesca's there.
Gene's trash. I'm Gene.
Weekend at Bernie's, too.
Oh, that's a hilarious premise. Let's see what Dr. Gene has to prescribe. I would say I have three favorite scenes in this episode. The first scene that we were just describing, where it's like that flash forward. Then when the Frenchman is being I found out that there's an
Napoleon.
underworld of architects.
Oh,
I love this idea.
I'm sure that in the underworld of crime, there's all professions.
It's the
Doesn't matter what you
underdirectory.
are.
I just never thought about it.
There's
That's
probably like
all.
an underworld grocer. There's an underworld like
This onion
brewer.
Oh, this onion has been places, man.
There's probably like illegal breweries out there, like secret illegal beers. I don't like Gustav.
Oh, that's
Fring
true.
can
No,
get.
that's like. Did you ever see the movie The Freshman?
Never.
Yeah, so the shadiest architect ever
But I love that idea that
gets
happened.
brought to the laundry. The method
Yeah.
is fun. You get a bag over your head, and you get to sit in the back of a truck with Mike as you drive through different terrains.
It's not a lot of talking. Not a lot of talking going
There's
on.
a lot,
lot
of
of
dust
nauseating stuff.
and flashes
So
of
now,
light.
now, what do you think that Fring said to Mike on the phone? So basically, they fly this Frenchman out. You see the whole process. It's a long process to get this guy secretly to the laundromat where Walter ends up cooking a lot of meth. I
Suspect.
he goes to this whole thing and he's bragging about, of course I can do this arduous job secretly, blah blah blah. And then Mike gets a call and he says, "Yeah, that's what I thought," and hangs up and he says, "All right, you're done. I'll take it back. Now go."
Right.
Says, thank you for your time.
First of all,
yeah.
you're gonna hire a Frenchman over a German guy? I mean,
Yeah, I know.
get the fuck out of
You
here.
just steal the French.
You want something done
ideas.
Well, it
Well-
must have been a reference because this guy describes he's got like a resume, like they built a tunnel secretly that like from into El Paso, I guess for another cartel. I don't know. So it must have been a reference to something. But boss, what do you think?
That's
was
why.
being said?
That's why I don't think he wanted him because he mentioned that. Because he's very careful. He doesn't like that he was involved with illegal shit. I don't think.
So you're saying, and the fact that he talks about it,
Yeah.
He's too loose-lipped.
I thought he just seemed overconfident.
Loose
you know
lips,
what I mean?
sinks
Yeah, but
ships.
That's
you know,
right.
He must know people
Bitches
who
get
know Frank,
snitches get-
possibly. You don't want that.
Snitches get bitches.
Snitches get stitches, bitch. Bitches. Bitch.
I love the German guy that they pick up. He was
Yeah,
a more
he's unassuming. That's
Right.
why I liked him.
he's
Like,
a regular person.
yeah, you'd never think, oh, this guy's involved in some
Yeah.
illegal
Like Frank.
activity.
That's exactly like
yeah.
Frank.
Yeah,
Well,
this
Frank-
guy, he's got a legal architect all over him.
No,
Yeah,
but that's
the
like Fring,
mustache.
that's what Fring likes. He's like you're like me. Like he says, well, like you hide in plain sight. You know what I mean? Like Fring is just an upstanding citizen. Guys love him, like cops and firemen and everybody in town.
You drive by,
He's
you're going
an
to see him cleaning the parking
Yeah,
lot.
everybody loves him. They
He
think
drives
he's
a modest car.
Like we would all say, wow, what a great guy, fantastic person, blah blah blah.
like if
and
I
it
were
turns
to-
out he's a horrible murderer, drug dealer.
No, he just wants revenge for his gay lover. It's perfectly
That's it? That's
understandable.
what
He's a
spawned it
hero
all?
in a way. Yeah,
He's an anti-hero.
think about it.
What, boss?
I said I wouldn't love him.
You wouldn't?
If you drove by KFC and you saw Colonel Sanders clean the parking lot, you tell me you would point and say, I love that man?
Colonel Sanders?
If you saw the
You'd
Bell,
love the Colonel.
I'd
the
suspect
Bell from Taco Bell out in the parking lot cleaning the cars,
The Bell herself.
I'm a very suspicious person.
I hate that Bell.
doing?
They're gonna ring soon.
So he doesn't listen to music.
Can't
He
even
hates
name.
the Colonel. What's wrong with this
He
guy?
likes classical music, but doesn't
I
bother
prefer
to learn
Popeyes
anything
over
about it.
KFC.
You know
Popeyes,
what?
yeah, me too.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Colonel. I mean, I love KFC.
KFC's
Yeah,
a,
how
it's
could
hit
you
or
not?
miss
Don't get me
sometimes.
wrong. There's
Popeyes
nothing, I'm
better.
not complaining about KFC, but there's something about, you know what, I love the Cajun
And Roy
fries.
Rogers is better than Popeyes.
Yeah, the Cajun fries are far superior. The chicken
And the
has-
biscuits are superior.
yeah, the biscuits are better.
'Cause they're
There's something about
greasy.
the chicken, the texture of that chicken, the way they fry
I never
it.
have
It's
the
like,
biscuits.
it's
Oh,
like
the
a little
biscuits are
chewy.
good. Like
Their
the
fries are good, I
KFC
think.
biscuits are extremely dry.
Although KFC fries are good too.
I used to get the po' boy.
No, they're wedges. They're potato wedges.
I like wedges.
Yeah, I don't like that. I like the Cajun fries. And they have better sauces. Popeyes has good
Oh,
sauces.
the Mardi Gras sauce?
Mardi Gras mustard,
Oh.
Delta sauce.
Holy
Talk
fuck.
about, if I'm going to get diarrhea for something, I want it to taste good when it's going in, okay?
I don't know how fast food chains do this, but they have like the best sauce. Burger King has the zesty onion ring sauce.
Because if you look up the recipes and you make it yourself, it's
fat
never
and
the
salt
same.
and oil and sugar.
no, it's mostly
The zesty
soybean.
sauce from Burger King is so good.
It's soybean
Everything
oil.
from Burger King sucks except for the
Yes.
zesty sauce.
I get a burger from Burger King, and the first bite I'm like, I regret getting this. It's like,
garbage.
this is horrible.
This is a waste of my time.
Wendy's is good. Wendy's, a burger from Wendy's does taste like something you get from a restaurant.
You know what I taste from Wendy's though? I just taste all like the condiments on the burger itself. You know what I mean? Like,
What do you mean?
I don't get any like juicy meat flavor. I get just like all the shit that they put on top of it.
Oh, well, you can request
what
it.
I actually like now is McDonald's
I haven't had McDonald's in a long
have
time.
like the quarter pounders, then it's like the all new actual meat
Made of
burgers.
actual meat
Yeah.
now.
So now they have actual fresh beef for their quarter pounders,
Oh, so it's
and
not
it
frozen?
is much better. But it still tastes like that shitty McDonald's taste.
Yeah,
But
so-
on a fresh, juicy burger, it's really good.
You see,
So
what I like about
that.
Wendy's is if I get the Baconator.
Fast food is such garbage, but I love it.
No, but
yeah.
at Wendy's you can say I want the Baconator, and this is what I do. I want no cheese, and I don't want a bun. Can you wrap it in lettuce? They'll wrap it in lettuce for you. So it's like
I don't want that.
it's like a higher protein intake, but that's better for
Oh.
you. Than,
Oh, it is, yeah.
yeah.
But I like a good bun. You know, look,
Haven't you seen those?
on the East Coast,
Haven't
if you want the best burger, it's Shake Shack.
Haven't you
in the
seen-
East
I'm still
Coast
gonna try
area.
it, by the way. One day I'll
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, we're
it's-
going, man.
It's kind of far away.
Haven't you seen the experiments they do with those buns? They just sit on a shelf and nothing. They never get moldy. That doesn't bother
Yeah,
you.
it's weird.
I think
McDonald's.
that's great because I know that I'm never getting a moldy bun.
But it's like
But it's not going
It's
anywhere in
shellac.
your stomach.
It's like they've
gonna be like that
Probably
forever.
I shit it out.
No.
I should forever.
not
I
moving.
clearly have
It's-
moved it.
it's in
on.
there.
I
No.
would be exploding with bun.
How many
No.
buns he's eaten over his life?
It's just getting compressed.
Compressed.
Do you
the
remember?
bun.
Do you remember in high school, you and our other friend, you'd go to McDonald's for breakfast like almost every day for like a period?
First of all, that is completely wrong. That's false.
you used to get the griddle
For
cake.
breakfast every day.
I remember you guys went a lot.
Well, I went a lot. I didn't go every day. Just slinging falsehoods out. We did go a lot, though.
But how many times a week? 3?
Oh, well, no, there were definitely phases with him, especially after high school, because when we were in college, it's like your schedule is totally different, and we would
yeah.
hang out all the time. Like almost every day I'd see him, and we would eat like lunch every day almost.
That's
and
the benefit of choosing
it
your
was
hours.
and he was the pickiest eater in the world at that time, and would literally only eat these foods.
Yeah, remember on Thanksgiving, he had to go to White Castle because that was the only thing open.
That was yes, I absolutely remember that. I think I was there. Like I had my Thanksgiving meal. You know, we were done. Boss, your family finishes like before everybody's
2
even started cooking.
Like I'm waking up Thanksgiving Day, and boss is like, "Want to hang out?" What? I got
What? I just finished prepping the
I'm
turkey.
hungover from yesterday from pre-Thanksgiving drinking.
And but we would be done relatively early at that time, like when my like grandmothers were alive, and so I'd hang out with him. Yeah, and he's like, "No, I'm starving. I need to eat." It's like, "You didn't have a big Thanksgiving dinner." No, he refused to eat any of the delicious food. White Castle. Now there's food I cannot eat. I cannot eat White Castle. I will
That's
die
rough,
on
man.
the toilet.
Because it's not even meat. It's like they squirt it out of a bottle. It's weird.
It's like cat food in a
Yeah.
Hattie
Remember
form.
as a joke, boss, I went through the drive-thru and I got the deep fried oysters.
And he
Oh,
ate,
yes,
remember,
you
remember
did.
as a joke, I got a sack of deep fried oysters and
They're
ate them all.
Clam strips.
And,
Clam strips.
I know. And that is you
wasn't that bad.
as a joke. You wanted them.
No, because it was,
I
it was like
tried
$2.
one. They
And I
weren't
was like,
that
I
bad.
can't
They're just
imagine
frozen.
how horrible. Yeah, that's what it is. Just frozen. They throw it in the fryer and that's it.
Yeah.
I was expecting like, oh, this is going to be horrible.
I'm shocked that they thought up to sell those clam strips
You can't
at
even-
White Castle.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I've never had? Never. And I don't
Sonics?
think yeah, that's it.
Never had it.
I will never have it.
Never had it either.
I don't understand
when
what
that
the appeal
one
is.
first opened
Really
over there,
expensive.
and there was like...
Is it
I think
expensive?
so, yeah.
Yeah.
When that one first opened, and there was like the highway was in a traffic jam because
They had to
fucking
have police.
Idiots, yeah, were like for all these idiots trying to get the burger. I swear to myself, like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I'm never eating there.
I refuse.
It's
And I've
so
never had
I
a
hate
Hardee's or a Carl's Jr.
And the commercials
either.
make me want to punch puppies. With those
Oh
two
man, that's
jackasses.
deep.
Hey, oh, we're quirky guys, and we're always eating at Sonic's for some reason. Oh, a corn
Look
You're
how
in the
goofy
car, you
life
gotta
is.
sit
a
in your
corn
car
dog is
and
50
eat.
cents. That's something not to be concerned about, right?
That's the other thing. I don't understand how it works. Is it
Yeah.
just a drive-through, or they come to you?
They come to you,
This
I
is
think.
too confusing, and at this point, I'm afraid to
But-
even test it.
Here's the thing, though. If you're doing that, it should be cheaper than other fast food because you don't have much of a facility. You just have the places, the parking lot.
I also don't like places that sell tots. I can't
Oh, yeah.
stand
Oh, tater tots.
food
gross.
being referred to.
Why would you do
as
that?
Tots.
Why would you have tater tots instead of French fries?
Burger King even has tots.
I don't know.
Cheesy tots. Fuck off with that. That sounds disgusting.
Who prefers tater tots over French fries?
All I can think of is like
Please
Napoleon Dynamite.
Come out of your hiding and let us know why you like tater tots more than French fries. If you're
The
out
inventor,
there
do you
listening.
have these things called tater tots over there in the beautiful
They're
land
awful.
of Scotland? Because if you do,
Fuck you. No, just kidding.
they were invented.
No,
by
if you do,
someone.
I want to just I want you to describe them to me in detail. Tots.
the potatoes.
Yuck. No,
Is this the McDonald's one? Oh, never mind.
no, that's some Hardee's or. That looks disgusting.
Looked like a really tiny burger.
No, Carl's Jr. or Hardee's. There's another thing. We got commercials to these places. There's not
Don't
one
exist.
within 100 miles of
Yeah,
us.
it's like that they put like Jack in the Box or In-N-Out Burger commercials.
We used to see Jack in the Box commercials all the time.
Yeah.
They don't exist.
Little
They're
Caesar.
not in the state of New Jersey.
Little Caesars will be on. I see commercials, and I found one. There's one tiny Little Caesars like off the highway over there. It must be like the only one in the tri-state area.
Well, like in the heart of Patterson or something.
It's like something like that. But I
Or
was shocked
Jersey,
when I
or
saw it.
sometimes there's places like Jimmy John's. That's another one.
Speaking
There
of
was-
Jimmy,
that's right. There was a Jimmy John's around here, and I actually really like Jimmy John's. I like Jimmy John's better than Jersey Mike's, which is like a
I'll try
sub
it.
place. Like a
I love Jersey Mike's. I got 60 points there.
They have like cheesesteaks and stuff, but Jimmy John's is more like cold sandwiches.
you can get their app. Jersey Mike's app keeps track of your points.
Oh God,
6 points away from a
Season.
giant sub.
I knew he was mostly
Look, I
made
can
of
order right now.
cheesesteak.
Quick order and just
You
run
guys
in.
need somebody else to make you a fucking sandwich. Buy fucking roll.
No, I love
Buy
sandwiches.
fucking bread. Put some shit on
Yeah,
it.
Okay,
Yeah,
after
we do.
work, I'm exhausted and
Sometimes
I'm
I don't always do
starving,
the cooking.
and I just want some salami and ham thrown on a rosemary garlic bread.
But Jimmy John's has better bread. But now the one that was anywhere
The
near us
bakery
is
has
gone.
better
the
bread.
closest one is in like Jersey City somewhere. I'm not going there. Anyway.
Yeah, you're gonna get robbed.
Oh no, I made the most glorious BLT the other day.
Oh.
It was massive. It was like an entire tomato.
Like it's hard to make a BLT.
No, but it was delicious. It was
I made
perfect.
the best fucking
You know what the key was?
oatmeal.
Shredded lettuce. I used like half a bag of shredded
No
lettuce.
condiments?
Mayo.
Oh.
Obviously.
So last week we were talking about
I
traveling
don't
the globe.
eat mayo.
You don't eat mayonnaise?
No. It's disgusting.
And you call yourself a white guy.
Especially jarred mayonnaise.
Try the Trader Joe's mayonnaise, man. Change your opinion
I'm getting
about
that next time I go.
mayonnaise.
There's so many things I gotta try. Every time I go, I forget this to get one thing that you guys always recommend.
Well, anyway, thanks for joining us. There was a Saul episode.
Well, we were
but,
talking about food, but we were talking about traveling the world last week. So Tech TF said he can vouch that pretty much like any Toronto is pretty much like any American city. I think the closest thing to a Canadian restaurant is Tim Hortons, and another classic STS argument over food classification. So I think we're.
What
right
was
on-
the argument?
I forget.
I honestly,
Once again,
I
the
don't-
second you guys walk out my door, I don't remember what the fuck happened.
I don't remember what we were arguing about. Food
Yeah,
classification.
it wasn't sandwiches. Maybe it was
No, that was a great
tacos.
taco debate. No, that was years ago.
Tostados and something.
Oh, it was a
or am I-
Doritos. No, that was when it was me and you.
Tech, we completely fucking forgot what the heck we were arguing about.
Hold on, let's.
Oh my god, that's disturbing.
Let me see. Hold on.
Hello and welcome to Better
no.
Call Saul.
Wow, you sound like an idiot.
Wow, I really do suck.
Enterprises.
I'll skip around. Hold on.
Your spot. That's always been your spot. Every couch he's ever sat on.
Let's see here.
Oh, yeah.
10 minutes in.
Don't you have a soupçon of cocaine? No, that's not
All right, let's go 20 minutes
he
in.
was doing. He was. You know what? That means he was delivering drugs.
Let's go.
I listened to the recording too. I don't remember
Let's
what
go to
food
40 minutes
argument.
I asked her. Then she left. She went into the living room. She started watching Supernatural. Did you ever watch that show?
Wow, we are
I
nuts.
asked her. Then she left.
And
That's
people listen to
that's
that.
every sexual encounter I've ever had.
I
I asked her, "Want to have sex?" Then she left.
I jerked off and had a sandwich. So Kim is representing this kid who threw a concrete block through a window.
Yeah.
Then he's a fucking asshole when he gets
Right.
off about it.
Well-
I gotta go do 4 months of community service.
Yeah.
I wanted her to spit in his face.
He might have liked that.
He
I know
might
I
have.
would.
You would like it. Oxnard get all fucking sweaty when
So
he
I have
thought
a
Kim was going to be in panties.
I have a theory that the Kim ponytail changes with her character.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
As you can see, I'm talking about it again.
I'm pretty sure I brought that up
As you can
myself.
see, it is a different, more free style of curled ponytail, as opposed to her normal lawyer ponytail, which is much more taut.
Bouncy.
Yeah, it's like a wider ponytail. Pretty soon it's just going to be
Because she's
like this.
less taut. She's loosened up.
Oh, don't you say that, you animal.
Huh?
Animal.
I am not an animal.
Chilling. Boss pointed out how in the background it looks like a face.
Yes, the smiley
the
face
balance.
with
It does
the
look like-
balance
it
and
does.
the...
Perhaps
what
a
is that,
dwarf? Like that's
olive
a big
branch?
mustache.
I thought for a second that when the judge came in, that they just forgot where they sit and walked right past the seat. But they were just getting a closer listen from the bailiff as to what the docket was.
And so Kim is pretty shrewd here. This lawyer,
Kim nails it.
who I don't think we've seen since season 2-ish.
Was
right?
he like the district attorney or
This
something?
was the guy that Jimmy was always meeting with in the bathroom, right?
Yeah. That sounds weird, but
Tapping toes under the stall.
slipping Jimmy. Just slipping a
He
dick in
slips
my
it right
butt.
in your anus.
Oh, Jimmy.
God damn.
Is that Chuck? God damn. That's a cigar. He's biting
Oh
down.
no, you're making me cough.
Don't get hiccups.
Oh shit.
All right.
Whoa.
All right, Dexter almost passed out, and Kim, she's trying to like balance between working with the bank Mesa Verde and doing these side clients, and then there's a moment where she's trying to. I guess this woman had 2 ounces of marijuana, and back in the day, I guess that's when that was like categories.
I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what it was. 2 ounces of something illegal.
Oh, it's meth. You know it.
Think so? She didn't seem like a meth addict to me.
Hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'm convinced.
listen to the guy who doesn't listen to music.
Yeah.
You're scaring him.
What I don't believe in this episode is that her Asian,
Asian.
what is this, paralegal made a mistake? I don't
Asian.
believe that.
Get me an Asian.
Her indentured.
I don't believe that.
I require a paralegal. Oh, yes, one Asian coming right up.
There's no way this
You're
lady...
in luck. We got a new shipment in just this
There's
the other
no
day.
way she made a mistake. This lady's on point.
What mistake did she make?
I don't know. They just said she made a mistake. And then they called Kim, and she's like, I'm busy. This
No.
girl's crazy.
They were trying to find the file,
Yeah.
but the assistant didn't know where Kim had put it. I think.
No, there was an error.
Well, no, but then they couldn't. Kim refused to go.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't. Why didn't they watch Golden Girls? By the way,
Or
Dr.
football.
Zhivago. But
Rose.
yeah, Kim then says no. I'll address it later. But then that was unacceptable for them because they couldn't wait till the end of the day for Kim to show up. So they called the paralegal, and then the paralegal didn't know where the file was. So then they had to like retype everything. I don't understand. Would have been
sounded like an
easier to just
annoyance.
wait.
Yes.
It seemed unrealistic to me. But what do I know about the goings on?
You
of
never worked in a
major
fucking lawyer's office, you goddamn
bank?
liar.
Yeah. Shit, he called me out.
This was an interesting thing when he's watching Dr. Zhivago, and the camera shots were interesting. How the diagonal lines with the panning. I don't know what.
Shut the fuck up, Oxnard. There were a lot of shots like that of like low
Yeah, this
shots.
was a weird
You
shot.
even remarked about a couple of times like how the camera couldn't be seen in a reflection.
After the mugging, when Kim is helping Jimmy in the bathroom, yeah.
Yeah, there were a lot of shots like that shot though. Yeah, interesting. What do you think that represents?
I don't know, because I remember also...
A low point?
I remember this long discussion, really pretentious discussion in film school. This guy was talking about Taxi Driver.
It's like
when he's on the phone and the camera pans to the right to show the empty hallway, and he just holds there for a while.
Oh, yeah.
And this guy's just going on and on about what it could mean and what it could mean. And I just wanted to raise my hand and just say, maybe he was just moving the fucking camera there. Like, not every shot has to be this big...
See, that's
I
like
agree
hidden
with that.
meaning.
Not
Maybe he
everything
was just like, you know
fucking
what?
means something.
I'm gonna move the I'm gonna move the camera suddenly to the side. I'm gonna pan to the side very gently. Nobody's gonna know why I did it. They're gonna wonder forever, and they're not gonna know, and they're gonna bloviate about it forever.
Why
Yeah,
can't
it's-
somebody
it could
just
literally be that.
shoot
Yeah, he could've
something
just-
a certain way because
Absolutely meaningless.
because they want to?
Yeah, maybe just
No
looks good.
reason whatsoever behind it. They just like it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You know, that happens.
That might have just felt right at the time.
yeah. But when I see it, sometimes I do give it a quick thought, like, why that shot specifically? You know.
I just ate popcorn. It didn't mean anything.
Well,
I just
were you being
I just
filmed?
felt like it.
No, but sometimes there's things. Sometimes there's things like that maybe it's just they are up for interpretation. Like Stanley Kubrick never ever answered a question specifically about what something may have meant in 2001.
Yeah,
it was
because
always
it
like,
keeps you wondering.
He would always say, "Well, what do you think it
debate
means?"
in front of you,
Right. Well, and what does it mean to you?
Yeah,
it's just about creating. Those things
The
create an experience for
mystery.
the audience. It can mean something completely different for me than it does for you.
It creates
but it's
intrigue.
about the
yeah.
mystery. You're always wondering.
See, for you, it's about the mystery. Maybe for
and then
me,
you debate it for the
has
rest of
more
your
of a meaning.
lives. If he told you what it was, done.
But did you listen to that 2-hour interview?
Which
Remember-
one?
The
Oh,
Kubrick interview. It was,
I listened to parts of it. I didn't listen to the whole.
But he actually talks
What
about-
I found annoying about it was I couldn't hear any of the questions.
Right.
So it was very hard to listen to. I mean, it's a very, very, very cool, but it's not easy to listen to because
You don't know what the question.
Kubrick suddenly is just talking, and you kind of have to figure out. I spend too much time thinking about, well, what was he asked?
Right.
You know what I mean?
My brother was telling me, I think near the end, he starts talking about the meaning of the last scenes of 2001, and it's the first time we ever try to explain it a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And it's interesting if you try and find that. Maybe I'll link it in.
And
the
there's a
description.
fantastic book out
description.
now about it that I've mentioned previously. I won't try and find the title again. I forgot, but it is really, really good and insightful about all the stuff because Arthur C. Clarke. Arthur C. Clarke had his own because he was heavily involved in it.
Yeah, and you were telling me he wanted to release the book, and Kubrick was like, "No, don't release it." And Arthur C. Clarke, he needed money.
Arthur C. Clarke pissed money away on this guy that he was clearly had a relationship with,
Right.
who was a drug addict and would make these terrible, kind of not even Bollywood because they lived in Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka.
And they were terrible. And he was also divorced, and so he was
Yoko?
secretly gay. He was separated from his wife and was owed money to her. And all this kind of stuff, and so he was. But Kubrick was so shrewd.
No, author. No, author. You can't release it.
And-
The movie's not ready.
And he structured all the deals. He structured all the stuff with the attorneys and everything.
You don't have to worry about anything
And he
more.
kept on delaying because he was
Clarke.
insistent that the movie come out first before because they came out. They were writing both. They were doing both simultaneously.
Yeah.
But that's also extremely insightful. And on the way they did, it really was truly collaborative because the myth about Kubrick is that he's so domineering, but and he's a obsessive compulsive maniac, or a recluse.
No,
that
he was
became,
only-
but he was very open to
People
people
around
bringing
him.
ideas
Yeah.
and close it. But however, he was the man, and one of the things that happened was with Doug Trumbull and all these guys that did all the special effects and really came up with a lot of the special effects stuff. Kubrick completely he was special effects. The credit is designed by Stanley Kubrick, and he got the Academy Award for it. And took and credits were very important to him, according to people from this book. And it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way that worked on the movie
It's true,
specifically.
Zach Verestruth, whatever that song sounds like when the
Oh, yeah.
it says
The Strauss?
film by
Oh yeah,
Stanley Kubrick.
even
yeah.
the Ligeti pieces, they just put it in. They never asked permission for Ligeti, and Ligeti was apparently furious.
Really?
And he was like, "What the fuck? I didn't know anything about this shit." Then later on,
That's
I
what I
saw
do.
something after Stanley Kubrick died, and Ligeti was there, and he's talking about, "Oh, this for me to see the music, hear the music with this. It's like a fantasy come true." Blah,
I'm doing
blah,
a
blah,
jerk
blah.
off gesture.
Yeah, and it's he introduced. Thank you, Stanley, for getting my. He's like a oppressed Hungarian composer. Now his music, in the end, it ended up being that way.
Right.
I understand as an artist initially, you don't know what the fuck is going on. But
Yeah, you don't have the internet to really contact people immediately, so you're just...
But I mean, that music is synonymous with the Stargate sequence, the monolith. It's amazing. But he didn't give a shit. Stanley, and all kinds of things. Just whatever it took to get the shot. Anyway, now we've digressed again.
No, I think we're on track. I mean, Hold on.
I don't know, man. I'll forget this conversation in 10 minutes anyway.
Yeah, Jimmy convinces customer to buy several prepaid cellular phones in order to maintain his privacy.
Oh, man, that was sad. When are you going to drink? You talk about that.
Well, first the guy comes, he puts up, he painted the store to get people in. Then this truck comes by very slowly, obviously reading the big letters. And this guy's apparently involved in, what is he? Construction. And so, Jimmy just starts peddling the idea. You need the IRS is going to be up your ass. They're going to track your calls. They're going to trace you. So, you buy, I think he ended up buying like 10 of those phones or whatever.
Yeah.
How much do you think they were worth, boss?
Not much. When he bought a bunch, he put in like 300 or something like that.
Okay.
So they must not be that expensive.
Okay.
Oh, yeah?
I thought I counted
so?
3 100s and then a lot of change. So they might be
I thought he
$20.
put the hundreds underneath and then put 50s
Well, you put-
in.
Well,
You
yeah,
put
but that's
the
what you
bigger
do. You
bills.
put the
The
bigger
bigger
bills underneath.
So he
But that's what he put
then
in.
he put a bunch of 50s in, too.
Yeah, but I still don't think they're that expensive. I feel like maybe they're $40
Really? I was thinking like 25, 30.
because he had a lot.
Yeah, for a phone, for like a prepaid pay-as-you-go phone.
But this is early 2000s.
Yeah, but don't you pay as you go though? The phone itself is cheap.
Yeah, that's true. Pay-as-you-go phones. Yeah, no, that's true.
That's how they get you. So
That's true.
he goes back around like midnight back to the store. He buys himself a bunch of phones, and he starts peddling it on the streets. And he goes to the hot dog place, which is where the one scene I remember is
criminals hang out.
Jesse.
when Jesse was going nuts and throwing out wads of hundreds everywhere.
Yeah.
And he just gives it to one of the homeless guys.
They all
there.
got the munchies, man.
And apparently everyone around here is in the 80s. You have punk rock girl, you have tight pants
And they're
boy.
all, like, that's what I mean. It's like the entire city's, like, riffraff and ne'er-do-wells. And,
Well, it's probably open 24 hours or at
showing
least
up there.
open late.
Boss, would you get tattoos all over your cranium?
And if so, why not?
And what would it be?
And who, too?
No, I wouldn't. Don't touch me with the needle on my head.
All right, fair enough.
Ends that conversation.
Boss is the most boring man.
Lends itself perfectly to an audio podcast.
It's 10. I gotta go to bed.
Sorry. So, bikers show up. You think these guys are one percenters? You know what one percenters are? Not Wall Street one percenters. Like, the
Bikers?
Yeah,
1%
like
of bikers?
Of all bikers, 1% of them are the actual kind of bikers who are like the outlaws who will like drag you
Oh.
behind.
Oh, these guys are... These I would...
I would
Not mess with
I
these
would
guys.
say 1% of them is.
1% of these guys.
Yeah.
One guy. There was 10 of them.
Because most bikers,
That's 10%.
most bikers.
That's 10%. That's 100. There's 100 of them.
Have you ever met-
Math is good hard.
Have you ever talked to
do.
like actual like bikers?
Fuck no.
No, all the bikers I've ever talked to seem like friendly people. I mean,
Yeah, because you're not talking to real bikers.
no, but they look like the leather and
Yeah,
I mean, here's the thing.
Be real bikers.
The thing about
Yeah,
bikers,
but-
the real bikers
I
are the meth slinging Nazi guys.
Here's the
Yeah,
thing.
what I mean by those
actually, I kind of get it. The whole biker thing, like the point of I like riding my bike.
turning
bikes.
into South Park episode.
Hold on.
Where Butters was
Let
the
hear
only
me
one
out. I get it that you like, riding your bike long distances with your
Wind in your
buddies, and in the fresh air, nice weather, different.
Great
there's
American
different,
highways.
like, really nice routes that they take, along riversides and stuff like that. I get it. That's cool, actually.
Is that a
It's
motorcycle
actually
affair?
very. I think it's very kind of interesting because they enjoy the journey. It's not about the
Yeah,
destination.
that'd be a cool trick on a
Bikers,
bike going across
They're
country.
about
That's
the
just,
journey.
You like traveling on a motorcycle.
However,
That's not being a biker.
going over the Rockies on a bike.
what I don't get
Dumb and Dumber.
is
They
all
did
the
it.
fucking stupid, annoying bike sounds and leathers, and I don't get any of that stuff.
Well, the leather is because if you spill on the
Leather
bike,
is better for...
yeah, you don't want to be wearing.
I
soft
guess with
cotton.
gravel
That's quite
hitting you
a
and shit like
raspberry
that.
you get.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well now this is
But
happening.
like all the tattoos and shit and weird shit, I don't get that.
You gotta get patches.
I
You know
don't get.
patches?
I don't get that.
We should have an STS patch. We should have an STS biker
Oh, a
gang.
biker patch. Oh, yeah, a biking gang.
Yes.
I have a bike,
Yeah.
guys. Diamondback.
I have a bike
You
too.
have a motorcycle?
No,
Oh.
a bicycle.
Can you imagine all three of us getting motorcycles? What a
I will
sight that would
never
be.
ride a motorcycle. No,
I would
thank you.
die.
So dangerous.
I can barely walk.
I rode on the back of a motorcycle once. It
Yeah.
was a nightmare. I couldn't wait for it to be over.
It's like a roller coaster a little bit.
It was awful.
I would do
and
it, but
I
it
thought to
wouldn't-
myself, I'm never doing this.
It wouldn't
ever
be
again.
like a Harley or a crotch rocket. It would be
No, we
like
should
a
all get-
moped or
We should all
something.
get Vespas. Just
Now,
ride
that
Yeah,
I
it
might
would be like a
scooters
Vespa.
I might
No,
consider.
yeah, I would do
Yeah,
that.
where you're, like, sitting
like
on your
around
feet
around a
comfortably.
Caribbean island. I could see myself
like
doing
a
that.
Faggio from
Right, exactly,
GTA
yes.
2.
I wasn't gonna
or
say it, but
GTA
yeah.
Vice City, I mean.
Exactly.
that. No,
Nah, you don't have to bleep that, I don't
no,
think.
like Jordan Schlansky on Conan. Remember, he used to ride around in the Vespa.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
actually ride.
No, I would ride that
I
as
wouldn't be
well.
going fast. It
Pink
would just
ones,
be
right? Pink Vespas.
puttering
Naturally.
around.
Naturally. Puttering about, exactly.
Runs on pudding.
It's like an electric, it's basically like a golf cart. That's
Oh,
what I
imagine
want.
like a souped-up golf cart, taking that on the
You know
freeway.
what? When my family would go, we'd go away to Myrtle Beach on vacations
around golf
for a
carts?
few years, and we'd stay in this like kind of like it was like a vacation trailer area.
Mm-hmm.
So like you would rent these trailers, and it was like right in the heart of like Myrtle Beach. It was fantastic, but everyone would like tool around the little roads on these golf carts, and all I wanted to do was drive. We would go down with friends of the family, and they owned a place down there, and they had a golf cart. That's all I wanted to do was drive the golf cart around the place. I was
Interesting.
obsessed with it. Golf carts are fun to drive.
Yeah, people get them in like the islands.
People get them in like condominium
islands,
places.
boss?
The islands.
The island.
The islands.
The islands.
Wow.
What are these islands you speak of?
The good ones.
Don't ask.
Which one's that? What's a good one to you?
What's a shithole island?
If you don't know,
Start there and work your way up.
Get ready. Get the bleeps ready.
Alcatraz first.
Oh, he got you! You thought he was going to be all racist.
Yeah.
Bam!
Right.
3 Mile Island.
Well, Jimmy gets mugged.
I think that's somewhere in New York, right?
Isn't that where a nuclear
No,
power
Mile
plant is?
High Island?
3 Mile.
Wasn't that?
Isn't
Oh,
it
no, that's
3
the Mile
Island?
High incident. On an island. Fire Island?
Oh, maybe, I don't know.
3 Mile Island?
there a
Is
3
that
Mile
thing?
Island?
Hedonism? Is that an island? Hedonism camp?
Hedonism? The island of Dr. Moreau?
That guy was
They
nuts.
got-
He
That'd
just
be
put his
cool.
pigeons and foxes
His
together.
go-karts are crazy. They're half dogs.
rough when you press the horn. Well, Jimmy got mugged by 3 idiots, and it was really,
He
really
sold
annoying.
all those cell phones and
Yeah.
all the work. And you thought the big deal was going to be the scary biker gang.
Right, yes.
and then those fucking little shitbags.
I hate when progress. I hate viewing progress being negated. It instills like a
hate
fury
viewing
in me.
progress being negated. Yes.
Yes, progress was made, and then in a minute,
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Stripped away.
stripped away, and he's left with less than what he started with.
Yes.
because he bought all the phones. It's fucking annoying. Kill those people. Kill those kids.
I
Hunt
wonder
them.
if
Gotta
there's
slip
them.
I do wonder if there's going to be revenge.
Oh, yeah, they're hell
For
there
those
will
kids.
be. Definitely.
Yeah.
I wonder if we will see them again getting their comeuppance.
Yes, hopefully.
You know what? Maybe when he's back to being a lawyer, he's gonna have to defend those 3 kids, and he's gonna fuck them over or something.
Maybe.
That would be excellent.
So Lodge 49. Oh,
So I
questions from the-
wonder.
Oh!
I actually have a question for
There
all
was a
of
pause I
you.
grabbed.
For you folk in
There's a
other
pause I grabbed.
in other
From the hat.
countries watching Better Call Saul, if you're streaming it, what kind of commercials do you get? Tell us.
Well, if you're
Oh,
in
yeah.
Toronto,
we
you
get fucking awful ones.
What's your weird local commercials like?
What about this Jim Carrey movie? You seeing commercials for this, the Jim Carrey Mr. Rogers ripoff movie?
Yeah. Yeah, I am very anti Jim Carrey.
I'm pro.
And
I
you're
love
very
him.
pro.
I'm very pro in Dumb and Dumber. That
Dumb and Dumber
Lloyd-
and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless
I guess
Mind.
I'm really pro Lloyd Christmas, his character in Dumb and Dumber.
I think you have to be. If you want to enjoy the movie, if you're going to buy into that movie, I think you have to be pro
Got no
Lloyd
money,
Christmas.
we got no jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off.
I think Dumb and Dumber is certainly in my top 100. That's in my top 20 even, I think.
Really?
The movie? You know how many times I've seen that movie?
Yeah,
It's a great movie.
It might be in my top 20. I have to really sit down and look at it, but
It's in my top 100. I know
it
that.
is. That's a classic.
And remember
Dumb
my
and Dumber
list-
is an absolute classic.
Yeah, my list is purely for movies I can just watch over and over again, and that definitely is right. Like I can watch it right now and laugh just as hard.
Oh my God.
Like the first time.
Yeah. And if you go even just like a month without seeing it, and then you see it again, it's like brand new all over again. It's amazing. That movie's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
It's peak.
Come up! There's certain things that like
He's
that will
about to
happen
kill
in
him.
my life, and I will recall like lines from like a Seinfeld episode or Dumb and Dumber or something like that, and then I'll chuckle to myself and I have to explain to the person like why I'm laughing at the situation, and then of course they don't get it, and I'm the weirdo.
Work with
Well, you're always
canines.
Sorry, Janice. Maybe you should watch Dumb and Dumber more.
You're hanging out with
more
Bonds
often.
from 1960s Star Trek?
I wish. Janice Rand, the yeoman.
That's a wig, right? There's no way
The
she's
basket that she wears on her
Yeah.
head, that's
Yeah,
got to be
a lot
wig.
of them. I think.
They're
have
Talk
Okay.
about
wigs.
a weave.
Her character is awesome because when you think of like 50s and 60s sci-fi, like doesn't your mind just go to like that kind of like
Basically,
beehive hairdo,
why do
short
they,
skirt?
Yeah, and why do they call them yeomans? All the yeomans are women, and they're just
Oh.
waitresses.
No,
They're geishas.
A yeoman is
They're waitresses.
yeah, but
They
it was-
massage him
He's literally
sometimes.
bringing- Kirk is eating like
One was
celery
massaging
and carrots,
him.
and she's bringing of Sulu a plate of vegetables.
I saw one episode where one's massaging him
Really?
in his captain's chair.
You're
Yes,
right, they are geishas.
you have to remember back in the day, like when you were captain of a naval vessel, yeah, you have a yeoman.
and even Kirk even says like one time he's like when that alien virus from the freezing planet like infects him,
Oh, yeah, the
infects
little blood
everybody,
thing.
and he starts to get very sad because he's like, you've seen the yeoman. He's like, my yeoman. It's like his personal yeoman, that Janice, and he's like talks about how attractive she is, but he can't think that way because he's the captain. So it's tough because he wants to bang her.
Hey, who doesn't? Am I right? Except for
But, I
Spock.
mean, it's like, no, even Spock, he's half human. Spock is half human.
Yeah, that's why it's a really internal struggle for
He
him.
does struggle.
Yeah, in that episode when they all got drunk, it was weird there because he's like, every time I feel friendship towards you, I hate myself. Or, there was some pretty like dramatic things being said there. We were laughing.
In between Kirk slaps.
We were laughing.
Damn it, man! Did you hear me? We have to think about implosion. It's fucking fantastic.
So only a 1 in a million chance.
1 in 10,000.
yeah. Dexter.
1 in 10,000.
You'd think it'd be 1 in a million.
Dexter and I haven't seen the original Star Trek, so we started watching it.
Well, I started rewatching it too because I haven't seen them in years.
Oxnard got
I mean,
us
I
to
saw
watch it.
Wrath of Khan. Like I saw the movies. Like so, I saw the
That's-
original Wrath of Khan.
that's
That's how I
started
got really got introduced.
Yeah, that's why I started getting back into it. Cause they
And
had,
I
like,
saw
marathons.
I saw like the first movie, and I saw bits of the Search for Spock
I like
and
a
stuff
lot of
like that,
people-
like over the years.
A lot of people don't
But
like
never
the
the
first
original.
movie.
Never the original show. And then you started watching it, and now now you got me into it.
Good.
And one of my most favorite things in the world is just gifs of Captain Kirk fighting.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely
Some
incredible.
fantastic moves.
a lot of
I-
tabbles, a lot
It's
of
because
falling.
I
The
said
running
this,
he does too.
it's because
It's
you
insane.
want his moves to make sense in real life.
Yes.
But they don't. But they're so cool, you wish they
What
did.
about there's an episode where they get the kid who was who like allegedly they think raised by the ship's computer or something because the ship crashed on this planet when he was 3, but he survived until 17 somehow. So he has no idea how to like be a human. He's a
Yeah.
sociopath, but turns out he's got telepathy powers. And
a lot of
and
telepathy and
Kirk's
psychic
like,
powers.
"Come with me. I'll show you a thing or two in the gymnasium." And there,
Yeah.
Kirk's got his shirt off. He's fucking sucking it in
The
his guts
tightest
so
pants ever.
hard. His pants are so tight. His ass flab is sticking out over his underpants. You can see it through the spandex he's wearing. It's fantastic. And
then-
he's just like showing him how to fall.
Yeah,
And he's showing him how to
shoulder
tumble.
rolls.
Yeah. And then when you see later on Kirk incorporate that into his fighting, even when it's just like there's one of like the 4th episode, Gary Lockwood's in it. We were just talking about 2001. And he just like unnecessarily like tumbling around. It's amazing.
Would you have thought there's that much hand-to-hand brawling going on in the future?
I know, right?
I wouldn't have thought there's that much paper being used in the future.
It's only, I think, the pilot
the
that there's
computer.
paper.
No, Kirk is signing things off
I
on a
think
guy
there's
on like a fucking
screens.
clipboard.
But I think it's like.
Oh,
certain
yeah.
And then they
supposed
think,
to be
what do they do?
screens.
What do they do when they run out of paper?
I think they just rematerial. Can't
They just
I don't
replicate
think
it?
I've
Yeah.
seen paper every
Because
episode.
I'm thinking like you're 100 light years away from Earth, sir. I'm sorry, I can't give you that report. We're out of paper.
You got to get to the episode called Mud's Women, and so stupid, but just let me know when you
Also,
get there.
one of the things sometimes I first of all, in general, I'll say.
when you get to the one with the kids, let me know how you feel, because I was like, whoa, I don't remember this being so creepy. No, not creepy because the kid's creepy and like some weird pedophilic.
Yeah, it's okay.
thing
That's what I was
going on
afraid
there.
you were gonna say.
Yeah.
Well, it's obviously
Is that a word?
it's super
Pedophilic?
campy because sometimes like Kirk is crawling on these rocks, and I can see
It's
the
styrofoam.
fabric, that the rubberiness that they put on the rock structure, like wiggling. It's pathetic, and but
man.
overall, I'll say that the storytelling and even the performances,
Yeah.
They're good.
Everybody is like really committed to their roles.
Yeah, it's
That's-
solid.
That's what makes it work.
Some of the stories are like just classic. I can't wait to get to the Pon farr episode. I think it's season 1. Might be one
I know,
of the
I love that.
later episodes.
I feel like every Star Trek series, and anytime there's a Vulcan, eventually there's a Pon farr dilemma, and it's all started with this. I want to see the initial Pon farr
because
dilemma.
if you like Kirk fighting, there you go. You get to see Kirk and
What I don't understand is how does it
Spock.
work, boss? If I take a fist and I put it in my open hand,
Break your finger.
and then I'm not smacking you with my fist. I'm hitting you with my hand. My fist is powering the back of my hand through you. I'm just breaking that hand.
always keep this in mind.
Yeah, you
The
are.
show-
Spock does it in an episode. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
The show is written and is acted by people who have no martial arts experience, except Kirk, who likes to tumble. Because when he was
best-
That's why
five,
Kirk
he
is bragging about here's how you fight. It's like,
He-
no,
if you
this
watch
is not
him,
how you fight.
if you watch
Isn't
him
it?
fight, it's actually it seems like it's a little bit of like judo that he does.
Well, he does do
'cause
karate chops.
No, because he
He
waits.
literally
he
karate
waits.
chops.
A lot of his fighting is he waits for somebody to do something and he flips them or something. But the best move that I saw him do was the episode I just watched where he was like, in a chair and there were 4 guards around him.
Oh,
and he
I
trips
love
a
this.
guy. I don't think you saw it because I'm pretty far.
No,
I'm
this
far
is.
enough.
I've seen the. That's what I've told you. The
Okay.
gifs. I love
Well,
the gifs.
Is that one of the gifs
One
you
guy
sent me?
walks up.
Oh, definitely. I have.
One
that
guy
on my
walks up
phone.
to the side, he trips him, and he turns around, he runs at a guy, pushes that guy into another guy, and then pushes another guy down.
He
and
basically
takes the gun
runs.
into
He
progress.
basically runs in half a circle.
Yes, it's awesome.
The first guy pushes. He
Awesome.
simultaneously pushes him, grabs his phaser, pushes him, pushes the other 2 or 3 guys,
Yeah.
and then points the phaser at him.
You know what
And
the
now
funny
he's
thing
in
is?
control.
I think that could have actually worked.
Wow. Really?
Yes.
Hold on.
Because he's just pushing. You imagine you could push a guy to
If you
another
can
guy
send me
and
those
knock him
gifs,
down.
I'll put them in the video in the corner.
Because if you're just running with all your weight on them, I think you could push one
Yeah.
guard into another guard and then
Domino effect.
The thing that is not believable is the last guard where he just shoves him and he falls. That was like, I don't know about that one.
Right.
Hold on. Oh, that's. Oh, he also. I love. He always flings his entire body.
Yes, he
at
throws
people.
his entire body at 2 people.
Your body is
and
a weapon.
they can't get up before he does.
Use the full extent of your weight, Spock.
Shit,
illogical.
I know I have it. Hang on.
In the meantime, Mesa Verde's upset with Kim because
Yeah.
she hung up on them. And
Yeah, she
she's
hung up on
taking
them
this
and-
one girl to court who's nervous about it.
Yeah. Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Okay.
I believe that could happen. But
You gotta send it to her.
I will.
All right. Oh.
I think that could work.
Now he's in control. Yep.
I think that could have worked.
He trips a guy, pushes and grabs the phase out of the other guy, then barrels
'Cause he's-
into like 2
Yeah,
other
'cause
guys.
He's all his momentum.
You know what
and
it
then
is?
he's.
I
think
they're-
it could have worked.
I think it's like they're like weird, like lame ass French cadets or something like that.
No,
Don't
they're
they have like a kind of?
Their
I don't know
aliens
what
were
this
half their bodies
episode.
black and white. There's like you'll
Okay, I don't know what are they neutrals?
No, black and white.
That's beige
No,
and
that's just
navy.
their hat on.
see. I know there's some alien where half
They
their
look
face is
normal
black and
though.
the other one
I'm
is-
watching the episode now. I haven't finished it, but it's a really good episode.
All right.
I'm going to send this to you, Oxnard.
So my favorite scene of this Better Call Saul episode is is when he sees
the German guy.
what the fuck is his name?
Mike
Howard in the
Howard?
bathroom, and he's like
Oh,
a
yeah.
broken man.
oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Have you ever struggled with insomnia?
No,
No,
actually,
I have. It's horrible. It's really bad.
I've always.
Something happens to your brain when you don't get enough sleep. You're like overly sensitive to things.
Oh, it fucks you up.
Yeah, your brain
Well, I
starts.
mean,
like,
I don't get enough sleep, but for many factors. I mean,
Right.
one, I have children, so that's the main factor now. But
Well, yeah.
but before that, it was I always fought sleep. Like I didn't want to go to sleep. I chose to stay up late because I wanted to.
oh
do,
yeah, when you're younger, and now
So,
when
no,
you're-
but I mean even now. Now, you know what happens is when you're young, you stay up late. Like I would stay up to like 5 a.m. watching movies or whatever, and have to get up early.
Playing
But
World
then what
of
happens is
Warcraft.
then when you have a kid, it's like you have no time, and then your only time is like they're asleep. My wife's asleep. So now it's like I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Yeah,
That's the only time to do it. So I only get a few, but it affects your mood.
I've told this to my
dramatically.
girlfriend, like, if I don't have, like, at the end of the day, just, like, 1 or 2 hours where it's just me by myself, like, I just don't feel right.
Kill a man.
No, it's true. I need to just be, like, alone and just doing something, whether it be reading, playing a game, watching something. But it's just something about being alone with yourself for just a little bit. Because
Absolutely.
she's the type of, like, she can be with people all the time. She hates being, like, alone. And I'm not, so I have to let her know, in the future.
I think that's because
No, that's what introverts are. So, like, people have a misunderstanding of introverts and extroverts. They think
Well, there's
that
extroverts
they think
too,
that
right?
introverts don't want to be around people, and extroverts do, but that's not how it works. It's about energy. Extroverts, they get energy from being around other people. Introverts get energy from being around themselves. So when you're an introvert, you don't care you don't care if you're around a lot of other people.
A lot of energy.
But the thing is, for
all this energy.
for an introvert,
energized.
it gets exhausting after a while. So you need your alone time to recharge.
Right.
I don't mind. I like alone time. I like it a lot.
No, but there was that book that defined a new thing. It's called an extrovert or something. I forget the name of the book. And it was also about how, like, depending on what date you're born, will decide if you're going to be, like, a better student. Because the difference between, like, a 5-year-old and a 6-year-old is, like, massive. And so it's just developmentally, if you're
Oh my
like,
God! You should see our friend Jingles has a daughter that's about a year and a half, maybe a year and like a few months older than my daughter. And sometimes I'll be like, oh, well, she's doing all this. What's wrong with my kid? You know what I mean? Shouldn't she be at this stage or whatever? But then I realized that the difference at these young ages is so dramatic.
Yeah, like 2 months.
Oh, it's
is like huge,
massive.
Yeah.
The difference, the jump, like, is huge.
And this book, it goes. Man, I wish I could remember the name of the book, but it goes into like your date of birth, and like the earlier you're born in the year, the better you do, or something
Really?
like that. I forget.
See, that's the kind of stuff where it like then it starts to strain credulity to me. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, like in
that stuff
in
starts to
school, I
sound
was
like
never
bullshit.
I was never like a good student until like senior year of high school, and then in college, I was finally like doing well. But because I was born in the winter, and so I was also because I'm older than you guys, right?
you're 6 months older than I am.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
You
there's
both
something
you
there.
both are about
I'm
6
also
months
a
older.
moron.
But well, see, well, here's where I will just disagree with you about that, because it was the same thing for me. Where senior year was the best year of like where I was actually a good student, but it was only because I was
enjoying
doing
reading
things
the
that I
books.
cared about.
Yeah. Like we were reading Hamlet and The Good Earth and all this stuff. Like
Yeah,
fine.
I mean, I actually like my dad calls it my year of hobbies because it was all free electives in high school.
Oh, right.
So it was like, but that's what
Yeah,
I was
photography?
actually doing. Photography, like the TV production stuff.
TV
so it was like
production was
making
awesome.
movies, taking like
Editing
taking
shit.
pictures, editing stuff.
Multimedia.
Multimedia, exactly.
We were making Flash
animating
games.
stuff.
That was awesome.
That
I
was
wish I
like
had all
fucking-
those.
I should have stuck with that shit. I wish I
Well-
had my old projects.
Before there was Flash, there was something called Director. This was back in like
Yeah.
2002, 2003.
Yeah.
And it was like a pre-Flash thing. You can make games in it. Remember we make all these games? And
absolutely.
I wish we had that because that
I
would be so
realized-
hilarious to put up now.
I realized that I made a runner game. Runner games are like one of the most popular games you can get from the App Store. I made one like 15 years ago. Like I made one in like 2002 before all this
Yeah, I
shit.
played it. Stunk.
It was terrible.
Guy's touting
no,
himself
I
as
was.
some
You
sort
were.
of-
You were a robber. You robbed.
I made Apple.
You
Yeah,
were.
and you had
You
to
were a
jump
guy
and
who
grab the
robbed.
money?
You had just robbed a bank.
And you got to grab the
And
money.
you were, you were being chased. You were a robber, and you were being chased, and you had to like grab money. But there were also like sticks of dynamite that were peppered around, and you had to like. It was awesome. It was a fucking runner. I made the first runner.
I made a point-and-click adventure. Remember, you were a guy crash landed on an alien planet.
That's right.
And I made up all these death scenes.
You also made a Mystery Science Theater game, didn't you?
Yeah.
Are you guys going to go to the 50th anniversary of our high school?
No,
for
I don't
a
even
reunion?
remember high
Why?
school. Fuck high school.
What would I get
High school
out
is
of that?
miserable.
I don't know. I'm just asking. You
No,
don't have to jump down my
Dexter.
fucking throat about it.
Are
I'm
you
just,
going to go, Dexter?
I don't know. The 50? I don't know.
Oh, boy.
My dad went to his
someone I don't
50.
care about.
My dad went to his 50th anniversary.
How many psychos were in our grade?
Yeah. How many people
Well, a
died
couple
in
of
our
them are
grade?
dead, so I'm not too worried about them.
I don't want them to remember me. Forget me.
Yeah, I don't go. I'm not
I'm
on
an
Facebook. I'm not any of
illusion.
that
And then
shit. I don't
that's
wanna
when
be
you go
reached
when
out.
we're multimillionaires from our STS
even if I-
YouTube empire.
if I was a multi-
then you say, "Hey, remember me?"
No.
I have nothing to prove to anyone.
Well, you didn't even have any bullies or anything. You didn't. You were fairly.
It doesn't matter,
Popular.
Dexter. I don't care about those people. Okay?
I guess we were.
Look, it's
we
fine.
Were,
I don't care. I was just curious. I'm just making a conversation. You don't have to get mad at me about it.
no, I don't.
I
no.
do.
No, you do.
I made all
Oxnard
my.
doesn't.
I realized I made most of my friends in like second,
Yeah.
third, fourth, and fifth grade.
When I hear people talking about that kind of stuff, like, "Oh, I was my friends in college, and then but we lost touch," and whatever, it's like
Friends in
I've had
college?
the same. Like, yeah, exactly.
What does that mean?
I had the same friends since grade school. No need to make
Yeah, but-
new friends.
You know how rare that is?
That is rare.
That does not happen.
We're
I haven't met any other person who's like, oh yeah, oh that's your friend, how long you know him, and they'll say
My
like,
entire
oh,
life.
yeah, like I met him at work or something. Like I guarantee I'll never hear someone say, oh yeah, me and boss, yeah, we met in second grade.
Yeah,
Like they'll probably think we're joking.
yeah.
No, we're in second grade drawing Sonic
Yeah.
the Hedgehog.
Yep. That's it.
That's all you need. Sonic the Hedgehog.
It is rare.
Pen and paper.
It is rare.
All right, so the German guy comes in. You gotta
Yeah,
talk
actually,
about-
I just noticed
Yes?
this German guy, he takes out his pencil, makes this really awful drawing. That pencil is really cool. It has, like, this weird stainless steel grip
yeah?
and everything.
You should
Yeah.
focus on the bad drawing.
It
not
was
the pencil.
interesting.
Why does he have such a good
It
pencil
looked
if
like
he
an
can't draw?
X-Acto knife.
Might have been like a
holder.
German pencil. Like Nazi engineers worked around the clock for Hitler.
This is a von Braun pencil.
Oh, no.
When he wasn't doing rockets, it was pencils. I've got it. The perfect lead
This pencil will take me to the moon.
1,000 lines you can draw with it. Octalieve. All right, and Mike discreetly escorts foreign structural engineers to the industrial laundry so they can evaluate the space
Also, this
below.
German guy
as a
really
site
loved water.
for Gus plan.
Oh,
What
yeah.
does that say?
One impresses
Conspiracy.
Gus, who offers him the job of planning and overseeing construction of the facility. How long do you think it's going to take? My guess, 3 years.
No, I think they want it done in like 10 months or less than a year.
I think you're right.
Don't they say that in the beginning? Like you
Well,
can
the other
do it
guy
in like
says
7
months,
or
yeah.
something like that. So I think they want it done in like less than a year.
Okay.
Max.
It's cool. It's good. It's cool to see all these elements from Breaking Bad like popping up in the origin. It's because it's true. You think about that super lab underneath the laundromat. How was that made?
Right.
Yeah,
never
see, I
touched
never
on it.
thought about that.
Yeah, they did. Vince
That's
Gilligan
right.
did it.
No, but it's like you said, Oxnard, they're basically using this series to like explain all of these things that had no explanation in the original series.
I was reading online.
It's pretty
I
funny.
don't really like the idea, but this guy was saying like, remember the meth bust that Walter White sees, the
Yeah.
first one he sees. Well, the guy was saying like at the end of Better Call Saul, that guy they get when Jesse is escaping. Remember his friend
Oh,
gets caught.
yeah, yeah.
That Saul is going to be the one who represents him. And
Emilio.
that's where it ties in to Breaking Bad, something like that. But then. I like that, but I kind of don't because it's kind of putting too much emphasis on Breaking Bad, whereas this is like its own thing.
Yeah.
That I feel.
At this point, this is. I mean, I thought from the very beginning it stood on its own. That's how
Yeah.
well done it was.
But for like the
But
ending, like
now
the,
it absolutely does.
for like the final episode, I wanted to have its own like full-on conclusion, not just like be a little
Yeah.
tie-in to Breaking Bad.
Like, I'm not thinking about Breaking Bad at all when I see
Really?
this. Yeah.
Not even like a little bit.
No, I'm totally focused on these characters. It's just that's how good the characters are. That's how good the writing is. I'm not thinking about like
What's Walter White
I'm
doing
focused
now?
on this show. I'm not thinking about another show. Like when you watch Frasier, do you think about Cheers all the time?
Yeah, especially when Ted
Fuck
Danson
off.
shows up and Lilith shows up.
And
She's-
Woody Harrelson?
Yeah,
No, but that's when they want you to think about it. I never think about Cheers
Hey,
when
man,
I
well,
watch Frasier.
Sometimes you gotta go where everybody knows your name. Frasier was a spin-off of this show.
It's the most successful spin-off, gotta be, in history. Right?
Jeffersons.
What was that a spin-off of? Good Times?
All in the Family.
All in the All in the Family.
He was a neighbor, George Jefferson.
Yeah, that's right.
I know, George Jefferson is fucking pretty cool, man.
I never really watched the Jeffersons, though.
Oh, it's great.
I've watched All in the Family. But
yeah, he was like the black Archie Bunker. That's what it was. But like so pompous
That's
and like
hilarious.
posturing.
Yeah.
He was like, it was really funny. Another spinoff. I used to know all this stuff.
Yeah, Frasier was a spin-off of Cheers. That was a spin-off of All in the Family.
Jody.
What was the spin-off of Mary Tyler Moore?
Oh,
Rhoda or something?
Rhoda, I believe. Lucy, and then it was a Lucy show, but that doesn't really count. Ethel and Fred Mertz, Close Encounters. That was an X-rated spinoff.
Oh, God.
Hey, Ethel.
Take a look at this.
Canceled after 1 minute into the first episode. Those actors hated each other.
They did.
Yeah.
They detested.
And
Well,
after-
he tormented her.
Yeah, and then when Fred died and she got the news, the only thing she said was, good.
Yeah, because he was
Like, damn.
absolutely awful to her, apparently.
Yeah, and he was a drunk. Everyone's smoking cigarettes. It's great. And without Lucy, we wouldn't have Star Trek. She was like a big proponent for,
And you know what? Asimov, too.
What? That loser?
I was
Screw
telling
that
Boss this.
guy.
I was telling Boss this. It's yet another aspect of why Asimov was so great, because he hated Star Trek. He wrote a review for TV Guide. I think it was
Oh,
for
you
TV
told me
Guide.
this, yeah, and he
And
made
he
them improve
panned it. He said this is garbage. And then Gene Roddenberry wrote him this really nice, like, extensive letter, basically saying, like, appreciating, like, the criticism, blah, 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 but then whatever. And then what happened was they became friendly with one another, and Asimov became, like, a kind of consultant on the show. And like, helped with a lot of stuff.
Right.
So he improved on Star Trek. And that's
Awesome.
what made it so we have Asimov to thank for Star Trek being better, and then like every other iteration of Star Trek after that we love. I haven't seen. Have you watched any Star Trek Discovery? I have zero interest. In
I
it.
would if it was easy. I don't know where to go see it.
You
Yeah, I
have to
don't know
fucking
either.
get it on the stupid CBS streaming shitbag.
It's I
Garbage.
watched the Orville. Orville's great.
Oh yeah, I gotta watch Orville.
I finished it.
I've had a Hulu subscription for a little while now because my wife got really into Handmaid's Tale. And what?
I don't know what that is.
Oh,
Is that a
that's a show-
soup? Is it a?
That's an extreme. I'm
Is it
surprised
some-
you haven't heard of it. Just like it, because it's like part of the zeitgeist now.
What? Huh? What
What is that?
It's like in the
$40
ether,
words.
the culture. It's part of culture.
It's a phenomenon.
Yeah, starring John Travolta.
So it's a ghost show.
So Jimmy
Yes.
has a PPD. He's meeting with the guy, and the guy's asking him questions.
Isn't
His-
a
heard that
PPD a
expression?
shot?
I thought it was a PT
Polio,
Barnum. Pimple.
diphtheria, and what's
Pumps,
the second P?
rubella, measles, diesels.
Diesel measles.
No, the worst form of measles.
Ah!
Right on my dick. Why the dick?
That's only on my dick.
God damn it!
Why,
Dick
God?
And Jimmy goes on a little spiel. And he says, "I'm going to be a great lawyer. He's going to be the best lawyer ever. I'm just going to be.
He's gonna win all the
cases.
cases.
All the cases, nonstop. Him
Forget
and Kim. Bigger and better stuff is going to be happening. And the guy's like, lawyer.
Right. I don't give a fuck.
And then it cuts to credits.
He's got a cool goatee, that guy.
Well, it cuts to credits, but then AMC decided, hey, whoa, hold on those credits. Lodge 49, play that commercial right here. Fuck the people who made this great show.
White guy
Yeah.
falling in a pool.
Yeah, let's show this white guy
Yeah.
and clips
And
from the
there's a
show
donut
that confuse
somehow
you.
the
I don't
donut
know.
is not soggy, although it's underwater.
We gotta watch that show, I feel like.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, I
we gotta
feel like
watch
it's
The
not
Terror.
fair to be
No
critical
way.
about
We gotta
it.
watch
My
Preacher.
time is
People
precious.
have been suggesting Preacher we watch.
That is not worth it.
Oh yeah, we do have to. I love that actor. He was
There's
in
Star
the show,
Trek to watch.
The Man Who Would Be Bond, the guy who plays the preacher character.
Okay.
He's a British actor, and he plays Ian Fleming in this. It was like a 4-episode BBC thing called The Man Who Would Be Bond, and it's about what Ian Fleming did like during World War II. and like his background and stuff.
There's a touch on the fact that
He was a drunk and womanizer. No.
no, Christopher Lee is like his second cousin or something like that.
Oh, really? No,
Yeah,
it
they have
doesn't
like
go
a
into
connection
that.
there.
Really?
In fact,
Is that why he was the man with the golden gun?
well, when Ian Fleming was writing, he wanted Christopher Lee to be Bond because he had the background experience in the
Oh
military.
yeah, he hated Sean Connery at first, but then he loved Sean Connery in the end, as everyone does.
All right, Lodge 49. You know what we
That's
should
a
do?
great. That was a great series. It was on Netflix. If you can find it, or people should check that out.
I'm curious how you feel about this. Let's never watch Lodge 49 except for the season finales.
Ooh!
And then we just watch it, and then we just talk about it.
All right.
Leave a comment if that sounds interesting. Other shows where none of us have seen, give us a show,
Oh, that's a great idea.
and we only watch
Boss
season...
hates it. I can see it from his fucking face.
I don't think I'll watch it.
What?
No, just the season finale.
Just
Give me
the
another
season
show,
finale.
possibly. It depends on the show, though.
Yeah. It just shows
Any
we haven't
show.
seen.
We can any show. Why? What's the problem?
I don't know, man. So my
So
time
there is
precious.
no problem.
1
Your
hour
time
of that.
is precious.
Of that?
It's just 2 hours max. You watch it, and then we talk about it.
He doesn't listen to music. He doesn't like this idea. He doesn't. I don't understand.
Doesn't like Too Unlimited.
He just wants to play Neverwinter Nights.
He leans forward
I
about
haven't
to speak.
played Neverwinter Nights in a really long time.
Nah, it's been.
What have you
like
been playing
1
lately,
month.
boss?
Nothing.
Really? That's true. I haven't really been playing.
Yeah, I haven't played anything.
I
You
try
know
to
what I've
play-
been playing? I've been playing a Kirby game on my 3DS
Oh yeah.
when I go to the bathroom.
Because that's so easy. But every time I get a chance, I try and do some Deep Rock Galactic, which we gotta.
I know we gotta play. You know what happens is by the time, like we were talking about before, like when you have time for yourself, it's late and I'm fucking
You're
tired.
tired and you just want to do something on your own.
And I go to bed. I want to do something on my own. What I end up doing is I watch like Netflix or anime on my phone and I end up falling asleep. And then I realized that I fell asleep and it kept auto playing episodes, and I have to go back.
Interesting. All right. Thoughts on the episode?
Oh, it's
It was
fantastic.
all right. You know, segueing.
Segue.
Yeah. I guess.
Did you what?
I think boss needs to go to sleep. I guess. All right. Yeah, I thought it was good. It's nice to see.
It's another solid episode.
Nice to see what?
No, nice to see that opening shot. That was interesting. That flash
Yeah,
forward.
that was good, yeah.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, I'm curious if every week now you're going to see. Well, that was right before.
I doubt it.
I wonder if we're going to just see the next part, like when he gets picked up in the van and.
Maybe in the finale. This was because there's 5 more episodes.
Well, no,
now.
when he's dropped off
This
at
was
his
like
new
the
place,
mid-season
Maybe.
episode.
Like
Yeah,
to order
yeah,
a
you
new
might see
air
that.
filter for a Hoover 45 watt.
Don't
Imagine you
say
said the
that.
wrong number there.
Don't do it.
Gets a sex change by
Yeah.
mistake. One is to change your identity. The
No!
other is a,
No!
Better
Oh.
Call Sally! It's my new show!
That's the next spinoff.
I've lost my mind. I'm Vince Googly
I'm
Brains.
Vance Gilligan.
Gillygams. Peter Ghoulish.
Peter Ghoul. You know what I love in Star Trek? They say monitor.
No one
like,
cares.
stuff
I'm
like
Ox-
that.
wait, what?
I'm Dexter.
Sensor.
Sensor. But that carries over into the other series.
I'm boss.
Captain, our sensors are detecting
Sensors.
no one cares.
Yeah, there was another word I picked up that they said oddly.
Monitor, sensor.
It was just one
Maybe
I...
that's how you're supposed to say it.
Well, that's how they say in like Next Generation too, and even Tuvok in fucking Voyager says sensors.
Well, it's just like
That's
the
the
parlance.
correct way.
You know, their way of speaking might have just changed in a few hundred years, you know?
I think they just purposely like it's like a holdover, is like an homage to the original. Like they have to say it that way because that's
Yeah.
how Spock said it
Yeah.
in 1966.
Yeah, wait till you get to some Klingon episodes.
Oh, I can't wait for that brown face to show up, man.
When
It's like
Klingons are
outrageous.
just guys.
They're just white guys with,
With mustaches.
and brown face with like Fu Manchu mustaches.
They got a Klingon empire.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Gonna get them riled up.
It's amazing how it changed. And even in Discovery, like Klingons look completely different.
And I forget if Borg
I don't
is,
understand
is a
why.
next generation
I think
creation.
that's specific to Next
I
Generation.
think it
Is it?
is.
Okay.
Yeah.
However,
But Q is not.
I feel
Yeah, you're
like I've seen mention of Borg and older Star
Well, there was
Trek
that episode, remember, boss?
somewhere.
Where they go to that planet and the guy had replaced most of his body with machines.
Uh-huh.
You'll get to it. The episode kind of sucks.
Yeah, but also
There's also one with the sort of Q-like character, actually.
No, there is. Q is from the first. Is from the original series, and
But
then
he's
John
not
Delancey.
called Q.
Oh, he's not. Okay.
The one that I saw, the episode that I watched,
one of my
it was not
brothers
Q.
has seen all the original Star Treks, and then he referred to him as Q. That's why I did that. But whatever. That doesn't mean that they refer to him as Q.
Yeah,
But,
he's got some nerdy name. This guy.
Yeah, and then and there are I think some of the original Star Trek series movies, those overlap the Next Generation series.
Yeah, they go into it. This
So they could have
the new crew and the old crew meet.
Well, that's in the first. That's in Next Generation.
Yeah,
that's in Generations. The first Next Gen movie.
Star Trek
is
Generations.
Mostly about Kirk. Kirk dies in spoiler alert. Kirk dies in that movie.
Captain Kirk
and
dies.
His last words are, "Oh my,
I'm dead."
And then he dies.
My life force is leaving.
Oh, I'm hungry.
Oh,
welcome to Flavor Town. Anyway,
my parting tip for you all is if you're gonna make a homemade donut, put a lot of icing on it. I just saw this show. This lady, she put the normal commercial amount of icing on this donut. Fucking pile that icing on.
Well, maybe she doesn't like the icing.
What the fuck is it? What's wrong with you?
Here's my tip for the folks at home. If you're making a donut, put as much icing on as you want.
Here's my tip. If you're making a donut, go to Krispy Kreme and buy it when the red light's on.
Oh yeah. Watch them get made.
That's so weird. That donut is so good when that red light's on right at the moment. But you wait like 2 hours. It's like, ugh, what is this shit?
Well, that's what happens to it inside your body. You guys were getting on me about the buns. You have Krispy Kreme inside you. I remember going on vacation down south, and Krispy Kreme was specific to the Carolinas and stuff where we would go, and I was like, oh my god, this is the fucking amazing. It was like a summertime vacation treat, and then now it's like it's everywhere. It's just fat people.
Keep going.
Yeah,
that's it.
No, I was doing a test to see how long you can just keep talking about random things.
I can talk about random things forever.
Hey, what do you think of wood? See that piece of driftwood?
Wood? I've got it right now in my pants.
Yeah, you've had this piece of driftwood up here forever. Where'd you find this thing? The beach?
My girlfriend's sister, they were walking on the beach, and they found it, and I was in the market for driftwood.
Did you paint it? It's white.
No.
Or is it just slowly dying? Is it like E.T. and it's just becoming white and crusty?
The salt water turned to that beautiful... I'll take a picture of it, put it up. It's really cool. It looks like Gandalf's staff at the end.
Not really at all.
See?
Oh, I was going to say, what's the string that you have?
Yeah, just little lights on it.
That is nice.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna do a video one day of miniatures. You can look.
Answer him.
Amazon. You go to hobby shops. You go to train model train shops. They're rare, but when you find one, they got all that shit.
What hobby shop?
If you go to the Jesus lovers over there at Hobby Lobby.
Oh, those religious
dude, they have milliput.
They have a lot.
I don't give a fuck what they got.
You can't get milliput in this
country. I'm gonna milliput my foot up their ass.
If you're in the UK and you're into miniatures and doing little sculptures,
Golden Girls,
you have access to milliput, and it's fucking awesome. That grub I made, if you want to go to our Discord, is made from milliput. Put the final glaze on it, some polyurethane. That thing is sleek, shiny.
Don't you understand? Those people are monsters.
I want to get really cool paper.
The people that own that establishment are bad people. Same thing with the Chick-fil-A folk.
I need the milliput.
But apparently, I've never eaten Chick-fil-A. Apparently, Chick-fil-A is fucking delicious.
I went there once, yeah, because I was starving, and it was right there. So it was good.
Honestly,
they had good honey mustard.
I am willing to try it. I haven't yet to have it. Maybe I never will.
They have a dual.
But they were like very. Why do corporations? Home Depot's the other place that's like that too. Why do these people have to be so outspoken about their assholeness?
Because it's a company, man. They're
Shut
not.
up.
They're not in politics.
Why are you doing this?
Just
sell your products. I don't give a fuck what you think about gay marriage or anything like that.
I was at a street fair.
Why do you have to open your mouth?
It's just funny that they care. Like
I was at a street fair.
There's no bearing on you.
Why do they care? They ruin it for me. Now I can't shop here. Anyway.
Well, I'm Oxnard.
I'm Dexter.
Boss says goodbye.
No, put that goodbye in.